So if someone is not able to get any scholarship to study in Korea, or let's say someone is not eligible for it, or due to some other situations, somehow even after being eligible he was not selected after continuous efforts, so is there any chance for such people to study in Korea? I would say definitely there is. If there is a will, there is a way. So, but yes, you have to be highly motivated. You have to be ready to put in the efforts and hard work. But if you are ready to do that, you can definitely study in Korea without even any scholarships. So I would cover that topic in today's video. So how can you survive in Korea? How you can study in Korea without any scholarship? The first barrier in that is the tuition fee. The education fees, the fees of the universities, departments is very expensive in Korea. The minimum fees that you have to pay for any subject, even if you are studying literature or history or something, is something like in Indian currency, if I tell you, it will be approximately more than 2 lakh rupees a semester, per semester. So to complete a bachelor's degree, because bachelor's degree is 4 years long here, so you will have to arrange approximately 8 semesters, right? So 8 semester means like 16 lakh rupees minimum you will have to manage just for tuition. I haven't included the living expenses and other expenses. So that is not like a small amount of money. For masters, it's 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years maximum. So the amount will be approximately, let's say, 10 lakh rupees or something, but still it's not a small amount. So how can one manage to do it? One way is you will have to apply to many universities. You will have to contact many professors when applying. Before applying, just try to go to the department of your choice where you want to study and apply and just write emails to different professors in your field, to different universities. Write to at least 20 professors, 10 professors, 20 professors. When you're writing mail, just explain everything about yourself, what you want to do, why you are writing an email to that professor. So first of all, I mean, when you write everything, I don't mean that write about your personal life. They are not interested in your personal life. Write about your study plan. So first start by mentioning why you have chosen that professor. However, you are writing the same thing to 20 professors, but the professor doesn't need to know that, right? So you have to convince him that like you really like the professor's profile and you adore him, admire him, and you want to work under him. You want to do masters or bachelors or PhD or anything under that professor. And you have to align your field of interest with the professor's field of interest. So let's say that someone is a Korean literature professor and you want to do a master's in Korean literature. So when you will go through the profiles of professors in the literature department of any university, you will find their area of interest. You will also find the papers written by them. So you can find that maybe some particular professor is interested in poems from the colonial periods, or some particular professor is interested in the literature on women literature, or these kind of specific things you have to find. And you have to see if you are also interested in that. If you are, then you can use that in your favor. You can just write to that professor that, sir, I found your profile on the university and I was really impressed, and I'll be really grateful if I could get an opportunity to study with you, because my field of interest is also aligned with your field, and I am also interested in poems from colonial area or the women literature, and this is what I have studied, and just include some information that shows that you have done some brief study about that field, and just show that how you can add another angle, more perspective to the work of that professor. Let's say you can say that because India also has a common history of colonialism. We have been a colony of England for 200 years. So, and we also have very huge amount of literary work in India, that shows the agony of people during that colonial period. And I am interested in doing a comparative study of Korean literature from that period of Japanese colonialism and Indian literature from the British colonial era. And I want to do a comparative study of it, and I think it can help not only like strengthen the bonds between the people of two countries, but it will also help in future studies of Indo-Korea relations and all. So that gives a very interesting perspective, and that might like interest the professor, that oh, that's interesting. And yeah, he may publish some papers with you in international journals. He knows that Indian students are generally good in English, so that will be very advantageous for the professor. So you have to show that you have something for the professor, something for the department. They also have to gain something from you, not only that you want to gain something from them. And then you can request them. Once you get a reply, if it shows that they are interested, you can talk further. You can explain that you are not able to afford the tuition fee, and if you can get some assistance. So in most of the situations, the universities and the professor have the ability, power to waive the tuition fees. So they can say that we will waive the tuition fee for you. If not 100%, they can waive 70% or 50%, but still that's a huge help. If they waived your 100% or 70% of the fees, that's a big help. So like you don't have to arrange 2 lakh rupees every semester. And once you come to Korea, let's say they waived 70% or 75% of the fees. So now you only have to pay 50,000 rupees for 6 months. So you come to Korea, after arranging your living expenses, and then you can explore further. Then you can approach some more institutions, you can approach your professor again, your department again, that I am struggling with my study due to financial troubles. So if you can help me a bit more, and if your performance is good, let's say your score is very good in the first semester, maybe the next semester they can waive your fee 100%. And then maybe they can also provide you some living expenses of, let's say, $300 or $500 or something. So after coming to Korea, you have lots of options, right? So let's say that you don't have to pay the fee. You get that up to that level in 1 semester or 2 semesters. But arranging the living expenses in Korea is still a big burden. But that can also be possible. In Korea, if you see, most of the students I have seen, my friends who are doing bachelor's or master's degree or PhDs, most of them work. It's not like India that people will work only after they get a final job after completing a study. You do not work while studying. Here everyone works. Even high school students work in some cafeteria or some cafe or some shopping mall. Everywhere you go in Korea, you will see young people working there. So they are doing some part-time job, alba. So you can also do some alba. Generally, when you come to study for master's degree or bachelor's degree or PhD, you have certain time limit that you can only work for 20 hours or 30 hours. But if you request, your professors may allow more hours. They can also give you work as some staff in a department office. You can help in the office work, you can help in the library, and they can give you some financial assistance. So lots of opportunity. If you are ready to work hard, definitely you can manage to study in Korea without taking help from your parents. In the beginning, still, you will have to take help from your parents to come here and to have some money in hand. But once you are here, you can definitely do lots of things. You can do tuitions, you can teach English to some people, you can teach Hindi, you can teach yoga, or you can whatever. There are so many things that you can do if you really want to put in effort. But if you just want to no, I don't want to do anything, I just want to get some scholarship and I want to relax here in Korea, I want to travel, that's not easy actually. You need to have some luck for that. But if you can put in some hard work to study, I think that will give you another edge. That will help you in your life, whatever you want to do in future. That a struggle period that you will spend here in Korea, that will definitely be a big advantage for you in future. So I will definitely recommend that. If anyone is willing to go through that adventure, you should try that. But let's say you came here to Korea with 1 lakh rupees or 2 lakh rupees, and You try to struggle here in Korea for 6 months. You did different jobs, but still you find that it's impossible to study like this. You feel like you can't do it. It's not possible. You can just go back. What do you have to lose? You just lost 1 or 2 lakh rupees and 6 months of your life. But you got so many new learnings. The learnings that you will have in those 6 months of a struggle, that will help for your life. And you have the knowledge and insight to guide so many people. I'm 100% sure that if you complete that struggle, if you do that struggle for 6 months, you will not go back. You will not. You will stay here and you will move forward only. You will never go back, because by just taking that step to come here without any financial assistance is a big jump, and it needs really high confidence and motivation. So if you are motivated enough, then definitely I would recommend that you can try for that. You just approach the universities and professors and try your best to get as much assistance as you can. Then do some work in India if possible. Work in India for 6 months, 1 year, save some money, and then just come here, whatever money you have, and do your struggle here in Korea, because Korea is a developed country. There are lots of opportunities to earn money here that are not available in India. So it's very much possible. So all the best. If you have any specific questions about it, you can let me know. Thank you.